Anfield is a place that tests belief. Its roar has a way of exposing weak foundations and celebrating courage in equal measure. Tonight, Mikel Arteta walks into that cathedral perhaps a little lighter in numbers but not in intent, because forced by injuries, he is poised to trust three players who have barely shared time together in the same starting ex-Givre. Eberechi Ez arrives with the creative spark to unlock tight defences, Noni Madueke brings raw pace and unpredictability down the flank, and Victor Gyökeres carries the physical presence and finishing instincts to occupy defenders and finish the chances that a new partnership must create. The context is brutally simple. Bukayo Saka will miss out with a hamstring issue. Kai Havertz is sidelined with a knee problem and Leandro Trossad's availability is uncertain, so Arteta's selection is no longer a matter of experimentation but of necessity, transformed into a statement. It is one thing to sign new faces in the summer and a different thing to throw them together on the biggest stage in front of an opponent that takes little mercy. The choice says as much about the recruitment strategy as it does about the manager's temperament, that when the squad is tested, trust will be given, not hoarded. Each of the three players brings a distinct solution to a cluster of problems. Eze's ability to find pockets and combine in tight corridors can create the first unlocking moment. His ball retention and vision could be the glue that prevents panic when the match gets physical. Madueke's directness gives Arsenal a vertical option. His running in behind could force Liverpool's fullbacks wider and open lanes for midfield runners. Gyökeres, by occupying the centre-backs and finishing under pressure, might turn marginal chances into the kind of decisive moments that tilt a match. But blending these qualities quickly is the core challenge. Individual talent is one thing. Synchronized timing, shared pressing triggers and understanding when to switch channels under duress are another. In a stadium where Arsenal's Premier League winless run stretches back to a time when Arteta himself wore the shirt, the psychological backdrop only heightens the significance. Fans will watch the first 10 minutes as if they are the whole game, looking for the sign that patterns are forming or that nervousness is seeding errors. The manager's tactical plan must therefore accommodate unfamiliarity. Perhaps a compact midfield shape that protects the backline while the forwards test combinations in short bursts. Perhaps early substitutions designed to plug gaps and maintain defensive balance while still hunting a decisive moment in transition. There is also a larger managerial storyline at play. Arteta's teams are usually notable for a clear identity. Now he must show whether that identity can be adapted to new personnel without losing cohesion. Choosing to trust three newcomers is a leadership choice as much as a tactical one. It signals belief to the dressing room and to the supporters that the system is flexible, that recruitment is meant to be integrated quickly, and that setbacks like injuries will be met with inventive solutions rather than panic. Yet the danger is stark. Unfamiliar partnerships can suffer from mistimed runs, poor communication and hesitancy in the final third, errors that a champion team will most certainly punish. Liverpool's pressing, speed on the counter, and habit of winning 50-50 duels mean that squandered possession in dangerous areas could directly lead to match-defining moments. So this test is binary in many ways. Success could inject immediate momentum, create belief that the summer signings are more than additions, and sow doubt in rivals. Failure could deepen questions about squad depth and force Arteta back into more conservative choices thereafter. Beyond the tactical chess, the human element remains central. How will these players respond to pressure? Young or new signings who thrive often do so because they embrace discomfort. They treat the biggest stages as opportunities rather than threats. If Ez plays with composure and vision, if Madueke's runs are timed with purpose, and if Gyökeres converts or at least consistently threatens, their unfamiliarity could become an asset, unpredictability that unsettles Liverpool's scouting and preparation. At the end of the night, the truth will be mercilessly simple. One 90-minute performance will either vindicate Arteta's boldness or sharpen the scrutiny on his judgment. Supporters, pundits and neutrals will dissect every decision, but what matters more than analysis will be the response on the pitch, the level of cohesion the trio can find under pressure, the manager's in-game adjustments and the squad's collective will to stand up in a hostile theatre. Whichever way it goes, the selection itself tells a story about risk, about intent, and about a club ready to test its summer blueprint at one of football's most unforgiving venues. Tonight is a measure not only of players and tactics but of character, and character, in moments like this, often decides whether a season gains momentum or loses its way.